Okay, so I never even said what happened after. So after I get this pedicure, after I get dumped during my pedicure, I literally went in my car, um, and I didn't really know what to expect from myself, if that makes sense. I literally went to my car and cried my eyes out for like an hour. Honestly, no, it was like 2 hours. Like, I just cried. I made it to my car and I drove to Target because it literally was like the next like parking lot over. I just had to make like a left and a right. I literally sat in Target parking lot and cried my eyes out because I got dumped during my pedicure. But I also cried because my mom had argued with me that morning. I was really stressed out, and then I had to move everything the next day and make sure everything was prepared for the movers. Um, so I just like started crying. I mean, most of it was because of the breakup, but like I was so stressed. It was like, here I am crying in the fucking Target parking lot. Love you, Target. And then I went in to Target and I saw they still didn't have any more containers because like they just like there's a limit on like the containers they have. Um, and then when I walked, I walked by, like the aisles, cause it was like in the household section. I walked by like the mirrors, and I think when I passed by the mirror, I was like, wait, I think I saw something. I literally, I kid you not, I started my period like right after I got dumped, and it like got all over my clothes. So it was like just suddenly like I started my period. Because usually you get like a little spotting or like whatever. No, I like full on all over my dress. So I'm crying. I have to go back home, change, get myself hygiened up, and um yeah, I have to get myself hygiened up. So I go back home, I go back out again. This time I'm like, I'm going to Big Lots and getting the containers. Because it just makes it so much easier for me to pack my stuff, and I can't really do that much moving, so the movers will do most of it, but it's just like for the loose stuff. So I go get my containers and I'm feeling like shit. I have never felt so mentally exhausted, and I'm just like, I have to keep going. Like, honestly, I think my brain literally just like went to another universe because it was like I was here, but I wasn't here. Like, I still had to keep getting these containers because I had to move the next day. Like, I already told the movers to come. I already packed up almost everything. And like I was just like, there's no possible anything else I could handle. And then Sprinkle is just like perioded on myself. So then I'm in Big Lots. I have all my bins that I got, thank God. And then one of my best friends calls me. She's like, hey, I'm just wondering what's going on. Like, she calls me like every day almost. And I just like, I just am like, you will never believe what just happened. And I was like, I just got dumped during my pedicure. And you know, obviously, luckily, my friend is super supportive and she was just like there for me. She did say, like, she was one of the people who, like, saw, you know, she had a couple questions because, like, he has, like, a Ben Shapiro post on his Facebook. And this is the friend that showed me. And I asked him about this, and then he said, like, oh, like, you know, I'm not into that stuff, like, anymore, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I mean, that was a red flag. Come on. Like, but I'm gonna be honest, like, not to blame my chronic pain, but one of the things I constantly said is, like, if I was 100% myself and I wasn't in pain all the time, I think I would, like, have my shit more together. And I think that actually pissed my ex off more, because there was one time where he was like, oh, are you trying to say that if you felt 100% you, like not in pain, that you wouldn't be with me? And I was like, no, I wasn't trying to say that, but like I think in the end what he said was true, because I think I would have, like, when I think about it, I'm like, man, like I feel like I was really good at catching red flags before, but I was getting treated so well by this ex that I feel like I was like, oh, we've moved on. Like, that's my problem, is that I thought we moved on from like these little petty arguments, and we were like finally like in a peaceful vibe. And it's like as soon as it became peaceful and non-toxic, like he just like was over it. So anyways, I'm going over everything with my friend. She's kind of like saying like she's basically saying I told you so. Like, she's kind of saying like the guy, he's 3 years younger. It's like guys don't really mature like that. And I do agree. I feel like his immaturity led him to just lie for so long and carry the lie and like just be fake. Because, you know, if he would have just said earlier, that would have saved me a lot of heartache. And he just wasted so much time, because there are other people who I could have met, not even to say it would work out, but there were other options for me. And like, now you just freaking wasted my fucking time. Hashtag waste her time. Like, he really did waste my time. So I'm going over stuff with my best friend. I'm still sad, but it did make me feel better. I forgot the reason I had to really pull it together was because I had to go to a concert later that day with my little brother. It was gonna be my little brother's first concert. It was. I keep calling him little brother. This one is 23. So it's a Sid concert. So I get my containers, I go back home. I'm barely gonna make this concert, but I wanna pull through so my brother can have a concert experience. And obviously I like the music. Like, I asked him to go months before, and then Sid got like sick and they rescheduled, and I was like, oh, that's fine, like I won't have anything to do that day. I didn't know I was getting dumped that day. But we still made it. I think my brother could tell there was something wrong. Like, I kept like hinting stuff, but I still was like fully in denial that I was dumped. But I just think it's so funny, and I have to tell you guys that the name of the concert was Broken Hearts Club, and it was an album dedicated to a broken heart. And I went to this concert the day that I got dumped, and that just like really puts the cherry like on top of like the breakup scenario. But there was like more shit to come like after that. So breakup happens. I'm in shambles. Like, I'm barely feeling myself. You know, my whole family knew. My ex, the only one who got to meet him was my brother, who I went to the concert with. I just was like so far in denial, like I just couldn't say anything. But like, there was definitely hints, like when they were like, who's ever gotten dumped before? And I was just a little too enthusiastic. I'm like, yeah, like me, like literally like today, like this morning. So that was a very stressful day. Like, it's crazy to be in the military, and then that was still one of the top 5 worst, most stressful days of my life. It was like me getting dumped, randomly getting my period, and then going to a Broken Hearts concert, a breakup concert, when I got dumped. It's just like so weird. Like, I was like, what is the universe trying to tell me? Like, but I do feel like the universe was already trying to tell me stuff, which I'll get into that a little bit more. But I mean, I just feel like I'm just so fucking long-winded with me like trying to explain stuff. But it's, I mean, maybe I can speed it up or something. I just like talk really slow. But now I need to tell you guys what happened after I got dumped. Hold on.